Coming up on BG Today, BGSU is celebrating its seniors this week. What events happened and what's still to come?
And the weather is shaking up yet again. It may be time to start breaking out your t-shirts and shorts.
Plus, Falcon Media says goodbye to creative director Paul Obringer. What they have to say about him and more.
Live from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
But first, the College of Arts and Sciences has a new dean. Welcome to BG Today. I'm Ethan Watts.
And I'm Claire Mitchell. Dr. Ellen Schendel was hired to start on June 30th. Schendel comes from Grand Valley State University, where she oversaw new program development and international education. Schendel is being brought in here at BGSU to try and implement more changes for student engagement throughout the college.
And it's senior week. BGSU is hosting events all week long. The university hosted pancakes with the president and a party in the quad earlier this week. And last night, students went to the Dwight Perry Stadium to watch Spider-Man: No Way Home. Students laid down on the field, ate popcorn, and watched the movie on the scoreboard. To end out this week, there will be throwback arcade games and a bouncy house in the quad until 7 tonight.
Another Senior Week event had BGSU students helping pack over 500 meals. Reporter Ari Curtis has the story.
BGSU partnered with Connecting Kids to Meals for this year's service project. Students met Tuesday afternoon in front of University Hall to pack 500 meal bags for children who depend on free meals at school. The meals are for children under the age of 18. Operations Manager for Connecting Kids to Meals, Erin Pauley, says 1 in 6 children in Ohio don't have access to healthy foods. She explains why this problem shouldn't be ignored.
Food is very important for them to have a nutritious diet, to develop correctly, to fight obesity, for them to have proper brain development so that way they can grow into healthy adults and learn healthy eating habits now early on.
Campus activity event planner Michaela Russ shared how much of a joy it was choosing this project.
It's also very convenient and affordable for us to be able to volunteer and give back to the community, and especially the children who are hungry in our community. I really think it's all about the people, and I believe in giving back to the people that make this community so awesome.
They don't have to worry about not having food, and it just gives the kids somebody out there who cares about them, and sometimes that's all it takes is just one person showing you that people care.
For BG24 News, I'm Ari Curtis.
And you can find more ways to give to this incredible cause by going to connectingkidstomeals.org.
With the semester almost over, BGSU is preparing for its upcoming spring commencement.
BGSU, whose student body sits just under 20,000, will soon watch that number decrease. With April coming to a close, graduation season is upon us. The university says that graduation will take place next weekend at the Strauss Center. This is the first time at the Strauss Center for graduation since 2019, which has brought relief to some students.
It feels like we're going back to the traditional route of things, and it means a lot to be that class that can go back into the Stro and wrap things up on a really positive note.
While graduation is a time of celebration for some, others find it's a time to reflect on their college experience and what graduating means to them, like first-generation student Serena Solis.
The fact that I was a first generation, being able to graduate from such a big university really means a lot to myself and my family.
Though some seniors will remiss about their endless hours in Jerome Library or cheering on their fellow Falcons at Slater Ice Arena, it's the excitement to share the experience with others that makes this event different to any other.
Absolutely. I'm just so excited to graduate with my friends, celebrate with my family and friends, and just go on for the next future and the next path.
For BG24 News, I'm Zach Smith.
Graduation for BGSU's main campus will take place on April 29th and 30th.
Spring has sprung on campus this week with rainy days and warm temperatures. Agatha, can we expect to see a clear weekend ahead?
Well, Claire, we saw some snow earlier this week, but then moving into this weekend, we are looking at some temperatures getting up to the 80s. So it's actually going to be really, really beautiful outside. Tonight, we have our it's going to be our high and our low. And then moving on to tomorrow, our high is around 64, our low is 52. It's going to be cloudy, and our wind is going from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving into this weekend, we are looking at some lovely temperatures. It's going to get our high up to 80 on Saturday. Our low is 58, and the sun's going to come out. And then this Sunday, our high is 83, our low is 60. And so I'm definitely going to be going outside and enjoying the warm weather. I hope you will be too. Back to you, Claire.
Looking forward to the warm days this weekend. Thanks, Agatha. Bring out your jeans for Denim Day Wednesday. The Office of Residence Life is hosting the event for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Denim is worn in protest against misconceptions about sexual assault, says Associate Director of Housing and Administration, Joshua Maxwell.
And that's the reason why we wear denim, to be able to help make that protest and be able to make sure that people are understanding that we all have a role to play in the culture that we create at the university. That's not just students, but that's also staff too.
And for students living on campus, you can start picking up your Denim Day buttons at your residence hall through April 27th. The undergraduate student government's new administration rejects the Ohio House Bill 616. The bill is against teaching sexual orientation, gender identity, and critical race theory for grades K through 12. And 2 new senator positions were added to the cabinet. The students will hold international senator and College of Musical Arts senator positions.
BGSU is saying goodbye to one of its staff members. After 34 years, Mr. Paul Obringer is retiring. Tens of thousands of designs, nearly 4 decades of work, all from the mind of one man. Inside an office in the Cooling Center, surrounded by working students, BG Falcon Media creative director Paul Obringer sits, continuously working on another design project. After getting his bachelor's degree at BGSU and working in Toledo for a few years, Obringer started working for BGSU in 1988. After 34 years, he says he's retiring from his duties. Having grown up in rural Ohio, he says he felt right at home the minute he stepped on campus.
I grew up in a farm town back home, a little small town. And Bowling Green was just a larger version of that, and it had a lot more culture. It had a lot of things that I like to do.
Through his time at the university, those close to him say he's always made his presence known.
The main thing that Paul brings to the job is his passion. He loves it, and he loves everything that he does, all the little projects. He loves working with the students. He loves coming up with new ideas. He loves supporting ideas from some other people.
Obringer says he tries to live and teach by 3 simple words.
Eat the frog. It's the idea is like every day you should do one thing, the one thing you don't want to do. Get it out of the way. It sets a precedent for the rest of the day.
Having played such a major role for BGSU for so long, his retirement comes as a bittersweet one.
So you have a person who's been doing this for the better part of 3 decades and is probably as excited or more excited today than he was the day he first started. He just loves it, and it's infectious, and it permeates everything that he does, and that will be something that will be very hard to replace when he leaves.
About the amount of work that he's put in, not just for, Falcon Media, but for other people in general. He deserves some time for himself, some time to, do the things he wants to do.
While most people dream about playing golf or traveling when they retire, Obringer says he has different plans.
Spending my last years with my mom. My mom is 87 years old, and she's doing well. She's got a really good memory and everything else like that, but she can't do everything like she used to do, and she'd like to stay in the farmhouse, and I'd like to make that happen for her. And I'll do some side projects, freelancing and whatever, and then I'll come back on the weekends to Bowling Green and check in and just make sure the town's still up and running.
Those who know him well say they are not surprised by this.
He's a workhorse. So I don't even just because he's retiring, I don't think he's going to be sleeping in until 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or anything like that.
Obringer says he's a simple man. He doesn't need a fancy going-away party or a big send-off. He wants others to remember him the same way he's always been.
Thought I was genuine. I was honest. Put in an honest day's work, and in the end, they knew I was blunt and I meant it. I was quirky, like a weird personality. But people could relate to me. It didn't feel awkward.
Well, we want to wholeheartedly thank you, Paul, for everything you've done for all of us in Falcon Media and for our great university. Enjoy your retirement. We'll miss you, pal.
Coming up after the break, Falcon softball looks forward to the postseason as they fall in the standings.
And CCHA goaltender Drayden McKay accepts a 6-month suspension at the start of his professional career. The latest when we come back.
Falcon Media allows anybody, regardless of their major, to kind of share their interests in a forum where they can be as professional or as relaxed as they want and really just make connections.
Through the radio, I was able to have my own radio show and talk about things that I want to talk about, and then I could also report and learn more about what's happening in the community with BG24. So it's kind of like a perfect mix of how can I use what I'm passionate about to serve the people around me.
But people who had similar goals and people I could learn from and feed off of and kind of expand, grow my tool belt, if you will, kind of learn from people who are going to school for the exact same thing I was.
Falcon Media is great. It allows people of all groups come together and make content. It allows them to explore their interests and give them valuable skills they can use out in the real field, especially if they have an interest for broadcast journalism or print journalism.
Welcome back to BG Today. I'm Brandon Lowe. Tournament play is fast approaching for the Falcons softball team. After dropping the last series at Miami, the Falcons look to maintain 5th place behind Akron in the MAC standings. The Falcons have won 8 of their last 12 games, led defensively by Peyton Gottschall and offensively by Greta Lesperance and Peyton Dolis. Next on the schedule is a 5-game homestand with Akron this weekend and Cleveland State after that. Minnesota State goaltender Drayden McKay has been suspended for doping allegations. ESPN reports that the 2022 Hobey Baker Award winner failed a test for a muscle growth drug called Osterin. McKay was named an alternate for the 2022 men's Olympic hockey team in the games in Beijing this past summer. The suspension is expected to last until October, and McKay has come out with a statement of his own denying that he received any enhancements from the drug. The drug was found in a vitamin he was taking to try and combat the COVID-19 virus. Detroit Pistons guard Cade Cunningham is one of 3 finalists for NBA Rookie of the Year award. The 2021 #1 overall pick finished the regular season averaging 17 points and 5.5 assists per game. In Toronto, forward Scotty Barnes has been a pleasant surprise. The Florida State alum is leading the 5th seed Raptors with 15 points and 7 rebounds in a game. And finally, in Cleveland, forward Evan Mobley leads the voting. The big man finished the regular season averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds for the upstart Cavaliers. Major League Baseball is 2 weeks into the regular season. In Detroit, the Tigers are off to a 4-7 start, and longtime first baseman Miguel Cabrera is 1 hit away from the historic 3,000 hit mark. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, the Guardians are currently 6-5 after picking up 2 wins yesterday over the Chicago White Sox. Preseason MVP candidate Jose Ramirez is second in the majors with a .457 batting average, only behind his teammate Owen Miller, who's hitting .500. Also, one final note, Falcon football will host their spring game this Saturday where fans can get a sneak peek at the team for the upcoming season. What do you got to say about that, Ethan?
I'm not going to lie to you, Brandon. I'm not the biggest football guy. Love the pigskin, but we're more excited for tailgating. Claire and I are going to go. You're going to come with us, Brandon. We're going to paint the town orange.
That sounds like a plan to me, as long as we can stop off and see softball and baseball, because they're at home this weekend as well.
Of course. All right. Thank you, Brandon. And thank you guys for joining BG today. Follow us for the latest news on Twitter at BG24TV or find us on the web at BGFalconMedia.com.
We'll be back in the fall with updates from around Bowling Green and Wood County. Have a great summer.